My beloved child, there is a truth slowly rising behind the silence, and the person who once treated your heart like something temporary is now standing in a place they never expected to reach. They thought your kindness would always wait for them, they believed your loyalty would never fade, and they walked away thinking they had lost nothing important. But something changed after they left you carrying pain alone. A heavy realization started following them into quiet nights, into crowded rooms, into moments where nobody could distract them anymore. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you inside this message. The same person who ignored your tears is now searching for the peace they once destroyed with their own hands. They keep remembering the way you cared without conditions, the way you stayed patient even when your heart was exhausted, and now every memory is becoming impossible for them to escape. Stay till the end, because what is happening behind the scenes is deeper than anyone around you knows. They are beginning to understand that losing a genuine soul creates a silence no replacement can fill. Every fake connection around them now feels empty because your presence was the one thing that carried honesty into their life. They tried to move forward like nothing happened, but every road they chose started leading them back to thoughts of you again. There is another part of this story nobody told you, and it is the reason your energy has been shifting lately without explanation. The person who played with your emotions is now facing the weight of their own choices, not through revenge, not through anger, but through realization. That realization is becoming stronger every single day. They are noticing how rare your heart actually was. They are noticing how nobody listens the way you listened, how nobody understands the way you understood, and how nobody stayed beside them with the same calm loyalty you carried. Something huge is waiting for you, because the truth they avoided is finally catching up to them. Sometimes they stop in the middle of ordinary moments and suddenly remember your voice, your patience, your care, and it hits them harder than they expected. Don't skip, because this message is uncovering what has been hidden for a long time. They thought time would erase everything, but instead time is exposing everything. The more they try to escape the memories, the stronger those memories become. They are beginning to see the damage they caused not only in your life, but inside themselves too. A person can ignore love for a season, but eventually the absence of real love becomes impossible to survive comfortably. That is the stage they are entering now, and nobody around them fully understands why they have become quieter, more restless, and emotionally distant. Powerful turning point is approaching, and you can probably feel it already even if you cannot explain it with words. The pain you carried for so long is no longer controlling your spirit the way it once did. Meanwhile, the person who once acted careless is slowly realizing they lost someone who truly saw them beyond appearances. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They are facing moments where your absence suddenly becomes louder than every distraction around them. Songs remind them of you. Small places remind them of you. Even random conversations somehow pull your memory back into their mind. This is not coincidence. This is the moment when truth becomes impossible to avoid. The same heart they once took lightly is now the heart they secretly wish they had protected better. Don't skip, because the next chapter of your life is being shaped differently now. While they are trapped inside reflection and regret, you are quietly moving toward emotional freedom. Your value was never dependent on how they treated you. Your worth did not disappear because somebody failed to recognize it in time. And now, As they finally begin to understand the depth of what they lost, you are stepping closer to a future where your heart will no longer beg for the love it always deserved naturally. There is something they still have not admitted to anyone, and that hidden truth is becoming heavier every single day. The person who once confused your love with weakness is now discovering how difficult life becomes after losing someone who genuinely cared from the soul. At first, they convinced themselves they made the right decision. They tried acting unbothered, they distracted themselves with noise, attention, and temporary connections, but none of it lasted long enough to silence what they truly felt inside. My beloved child, don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you in this part of the story. They are now facing long moments where your absence suddenly feels louder than everything around them. Even when people are speaking to them, their mind drifts back to memories they once ignored. They remember the nights you stayed patient with them while nobody else understood their struggles. They remember the calmness you brought into their chaos. And now, for the first time, they are realizing that real love does not appear twice in the same form. Stay till the end, because a powerful emotional shift is happening behind closed doors. The same person who once delayed replying to your feelings is now replaying conversations in their head, wishing they had answered differently. What they once treated casually has now become the very thing they cannot stop thinking about. A silent storm has started growing inside their heart, and nobody around them fully understands the reason behind it. They smile in front of others, but deep inside they are carrying emotional weight they never expected to feel. Something huge is waiting for you, because this realization is changing them slowly from within. They are beginning to understand that your love was not ordinary attention. It was rare loyalty, rare patience, rare emotional honesty. And now every connection around them feels incomplete because they keep comparing everyone to the comfort they lost with you. Don't skip, because the truth becomes stronger from here. Sometimes they suddenly stop whatever they are doing because a memory of you appears without warning. Your words return to their mind. Your kindness returns to their mind. Even the moments they once overlooked now feel precious to them. They are finally seeing the emotional damage they created, and this realization is not leaving them peacefully. They thought you would always remain emotionally available no matter what happened. They believed they could walk away and still find you waiting with the same heart. But life has started teaching them something painful. Now the energy around you is beginning to change in a completely different direction. While they are being pulled deeper into reflection, you are slowly stepping into emotional clarity. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The pain that once made you question yourself is no longer controlling your future. You are starting to see your worth beyond the heartbreak. And strangely, the more you begin healing, the stronger their thoughts about you become. It is almost as if they can feel your energy moving away from them. That is why their emotions are becoming restless now. They are realizing too late that your heart was not something ordinary they could replace easily. My beloved child, there are moments coming where the truth will become impossible for them to hide anymore. The regret they carry will continue growing because deep down they know they mishandled someone who truly loved them sincerely. Don't skip, because this message is not ending where you think it will. The same person who once made you feel unseen is now secretly wishing for one more chance to be understood by you again. But by the time they fully understand your value, they may discover that your heart has already started walking toward a peace they can no longer interrupt. There are nights when they suddenly become quiet for no visible reason, and nobody around them realizes that your memory is the reason behind that silence. The person who once made your heart feel uncertain is now trapped inside thoughts they cannot control anymore. They tried convincing themselves that they could move on without consequences, but emotions do not disappear just because someone pretends not to feel them. My beloved child, don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Every day they are beginning to understand another piece of what they destroyed with their careless choices. The warmth they once ignored has become impossible for them to replace. The emotional safety they felt around you is now missing from their life completely. Even when they laugh with others, something inside them still feels unfinished. Stay till the end, because the truth hidden behind their actions is finally starting to rise. They are carrying regret in silence, and that regret follows them into ordinary moments nobody else notices. They remember how you stayed loyal during times when others would have walked away. They remember how deeply you cared even after being hurt repeatedly. And now they are beginning to see that your love was not weakness at all. It was strength they failed to respect while they still had access to it. Something unexpected is also happening inside their heart, and it is making them emotionally restless in ways they never imagined. The more they think about the choices they made, the more they realize how different you were from everyone else who entered their life afterward. Something huge is waiting for you because this realization is becoming impossible for them to escape. They thought they would easily replace the connection they had with you, but every new person only reminds them of what is missing. Nobody carries your energy. Nobody understands them the way you once did. Nobody gives them the same emotional comfort your presence quietly provided. Don't skip, because this part matters deeply. There are moments where they secretly check old memories, old conversations, old pictures, trying to reconnect with feelings they once took for granted. The same person who acted emotionally distant is now becoming overwhelmed by emotions they cannot explain to anyone around them. They are starting to understand that hurting a genuine heart creates consequences far beyond temporary separation. It creates emptiness. It creates emotional confusion. It creates a longing that slowly grows stronger with time instead of disappearing. And now that longing is becoming part of their daily reality. Meanwhile, your spirit is slowly entering a new phase that will surprise even you. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you beyond this heartbreak. The sadness that once followed you everywhere is beginning to lose its power over your future. You are becoming emotionally stronger without even realizing it. Every painful moment you survived quietly is now shaping a version of you that no longer settles for confusion disguised as love. My beloved child, the person who once made you cry is now facing the painful understanding that they lost someone who truly cared from the deepest place in the heart. They are finally learning that sincere love is rare, and once it leaves, life never feels the same again. Don't skip, because the next chapter is closer than you think. A moment is coming where you will stop looking backward with pain and start looking forward with peace instead. And while you move toward emotional freedom, they will still be standing in the shadow of the choices they made, wishing they had recognized your value before silence replaced the chance they once had with you. A deep emotional realization is slowly surrounding them now, and it grows stronger during the quietest parts of their day. The person who once acted like your heart was easy to replace is beginning to understand that genuine love leaves a mark that time cannot erase. They are noticing changes inside themselves they cannot explain properly to anyone. Their peace feels incomplete. Their happiness feels temporary. Their conversations with others feel empty compared to the emotional connection they once shared with you. My beloved child, don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you in this hidden truth. They thought distance would erase their feelings, but distance only gave them more time to think about everything they lost. Every memory they avoided before is now returning with stronger emotional weight. They remember how you stood beside them during moments when nobody else truly cared. They remember the patience you carried even while your own heart was breaking silently. Stay till the end, because the emotional shift happening behind the scenes is becoming impossible to stop. The same person who once ignored your value is now slowly realizing that your presence brought a kind of peace they may never experience in the same way again. There are moments when they suddenly feel your absence so strongly that it changes their entire mood without warning. Something huge is waiting for you because this regret is becoming more personal for them every day. They see people around them pretending to care, and it reminds them how real your love actually was. That comparison follows them constantly now. They cannot escape it. Don't skip, because this part reveals something important. They are beginning to understand that your heart was never asking for impossible things. You only wanted honesty, loyalty, and emotional truth. But instead of protecting what was real, they allowed confusion, pride, and temporary distractions to damage something meaningful. And now the consequences are becoming emotionally heavy inside them. Sometimes they replay old conversations wishing they had spoken softer to you. Sometimes they remember moments where they could have chosen love instead of distance. The painful part for them is realizing these truths after everything has already changed. They are facing the reality that sincere hearts do not stay forever where they are emotionally wounded. That understanding is becoming one of the hardest lessons of their life. At the same time, your energy is quietly transforming into something stronger, calmer, and far more powerful than before. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you beyond this emotional chapter. You may not fully see it yet, but your heart is slowly detaching from the pain that once controlled your thoughts every day. The sadness is no longer defining your future the way it once did. You are becoming wiser about love, wiser about people, and wiser about your own worth. My beloved child, while they are trapped inside reflection and regret, you are moving closer toward emotional peace and clarity. The same person who once made you question your value is now questioning why they ever risked losing someone like you in the first place. Don't skip, because the ending of this story is not built around revenge. It is built around realization. They are realizing your importance too late, while you are finally realizing your strength at exactly the right time. And as your heart slowly stops searching for answers from the past, a new chapter begins opening quietly in front of you, one where your peace becomes more important than the love that once hurt you deeply.